Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. So, decided to buy myself one of these Boeing Military Edition sim pits from Next Level Racing, and it came. I've had it about a week. Took about took about a week to get here. And there's loads of places you can buy it from. This is an Australian company, Next Level Racing, and normally I had a desk, like traditional desk, office chair, everything bolted, and you probably see in my other videos I used to have my helicopter collective mounted to my chair and all that. So anyway, I thought I'd go down the route of one of these, so I set it up. I'm not going to do an unboxing because it's already done. I just wanted to get it done. What I will do is throw up some pictures of the contents, what come into it. It's a big box, heavy box, and it took us about 3 hours to set up, to get it in the basic setup like that. But what I've done is I've altered a few little things. So this is going to be a look at it. I'll go and get the standard camera and we can walk around and I'll show you what I've done. I've added my monitor and things. I've got the same pedals as that picture where you can see different joystick, I used to have them joysticks, but I bought Verpal stuff instead. And I've also got a Next Level Racing HF8 haptic feedback chain. I've got a video of that if you want to search for that on my website. So what we're going to do is, if you go on the website, it gives you all the specs, some nice photographs, what it all looks like. It looks really nice. There's some negatives, by the way. Now, the negatives I'm going to talk about is this stanchion should. What I don't like about it is it should have to lower down, because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to trim about an inch or more off the top of that stanchion so I can drop it down. It's a bit too high for my liking, but it might be okay for you. That's not really a negative. The only other negative is getting in and out of it. Getting in and out's a bit of a awkward, and you'll see that when I show you it. It's once you get used to it, it's not too bad. But normally when you go to your computer, you just pull the chair back, climb in, you're done. This you've got to like sort of feed yourself in like a real aircraft. So that, I suppose, it's a bit more, if you like, realism. Looks fantastic, by the way. I've made some alterations. I use a curved monitor and a normal monitor, so both game monitors. I don't have a third monitor. I didn't want to use these things here because they take up too much space, so I've actually mounted my monitor off this stanchion here, and I'll show you that when we get the camera. So yeah, you can go on the website, have a little look, tells you all the information, buy now, and it comes in different colours. Obviously, this is the commercial with a fluffy seat. I got the green one, and then when I put my gaming pad on HF8, it's like a black leather seat. Actually goes really nice. Yeah, see how I understand why they've done that, because your legs are going to be about as thick as this. So, but if you put an extension on, I want to drop it down. But that's for something else. Nice little video there. Looks pretty cool. It's fully modular. You can move things around. There's loads of bolt loads. The gear will come with it. The extra hardware is just, they've gone beyond what they needed to, but they've loads and loads of stuff left over, which is good. So what we'll do is I'll go and get my camera and we'll just have a little walk around. So I will be back in a moment. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's all set up. I'm on freehand with the camera, so you'll have to apologise a little bit for that. So going to be a bit jerky. I'll try to be as smooth as I can. So just stand further back because you can't really see. So that's the full thing set up there. I've got my monitors on there, PCs at that end, and it fits into there nicely. I'll put up some images of the contents. I'll do that. So we'll have a little look around just to see how things go. There's the gaming HF8, which is absolutely fantastic. It goes with this really nice. You can see it's got a cutout the same, so that's excellent. I do need to do a bit of work, and you've noticed my monitor. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. So let's have a look at the thing itself. So it goes together pretty easy. As you can see, I haven't even put all the bolts in. I've got loads left, but it goes together pretty easy. The instructions are really easy to follow. I don't know where the instructions are, but oh yeah, there they are. So you get a nice instruction manual like that, which is really comprehensive. Yeah, I don't know where that's focused, but it's really comprehensive. That's nice. So we'll start from the back. So the chair itself is really well padded. These here, these green pads, which you can see just there, they're actually velcroed in. You can take them off, and I've got the straps. You can put this. I could put these straps underneath if I wanted to. So these are really nice, the modular, and also the bottom one is also velcroed in as well. But yeah, as you can see, that's quite thick, and it's like a memory foam. Quite comfortable, although I do get a bit of butt ache because I'm in there for like God knows how many hours. Because it's new, I'm in there a lot of hours trying to get it to all work and get the sims working. But generally you'd probably only be in there for 2 or 3 hours. With this seat on as well, it's even more comfortable. Yeah, so it's really good. So the back is adjustable. There's a lever here. There's one on either side, so you can adjust it back and forward. It's really stout. That's what it looks like from the back. There's some Boeing embroidery in there, and I've actually crisscrossed my seat belts because I wanted them to be like pulled across like this. And I've put some bungee straps on, that's just what I've put on. You don't need to. Bolts at the bottom. Around this side we've got my collective for my helicopter. Now I had to make, obviously, I don't know how you would do this on your own, but I just made a bracket, just an L-shaped bracket, bolted it on with the original bracket, and as you can see, I'll just push down on the back. Works perfect. It doesn't catch on there. Fantastic. So that's just something I made, and I made a counterweight as well for this, which is like a lead. This has got lead in. And then we've got my throttle, and I've also got next to it, as you can see, which is unfortunate, but there's nowhere I could put. I needed all these USBs, and it's powered USB. So what I've done is underneath there, underneath this panel, I've put like a extension cable, and I've plugged in all my bits I needed to get power. So anything like that needed 12 volts, and my LEDs underneath and things. That's what I've done. So that's what it looks like in there. And I've also had to mount this monitor on that side. That's for my headphones, and that one's for my VR. So, and I've also put me, because the Pico 4 is primarily a standalone unit which uses Wi-Fi, so I've put a dedicated Wi-Fi so close that I can get high bandwidth, and this works fantastic. Before I was plugging it directly into the internet through a LAN cable. And it was garbage. I just couldn't get the bandwidth, so I went using the Wi-Fi, and it was great. So that's what it looks like there, looking down on it. You can see I've got some MFDs there, which is Stream Decks set up, and there's a tablet and the keyboard this side. Keyboard, I've got another Stream Deck below it, and then some USBs and a mouse. And I've just stuck my mouse mat over the top of that one there. So work our way around. And you can see through there's the extension which I use to plug in all my peripherals. It's out the road, and when you're like this, you can't see it unless you go underneath. This part here, I'm going to, if you're listening Next Level Racing, I prefer if you could have this sliding down from here. So instead of just fixed to the top of there, if you could slide it up and down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this part off from here on the bandsaw. So I'll drop down another inch. That's what I'm going to do. And then this here, I've actually mounted my monitor. Just come around slowly so you can see. So you can see it goes from the bottom. It's held securely by there, comes around here, and I've just put a rubber pad into there because it rests against here, which is solid. And then I just welded a bracket up. This part I made, this part and that. And as you can see, it goes on like that. And then just all comes up here. There's all the cables, which all go down, because don't forget I've got cables for that, and then there's 4 taken up there, and the power cable all comes through this one cable. It all goes through the wall, comes out at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit lower down, but it comes out at the bottom into the PC. That's the pedals I'm using. These are just top range. These is just so. I just can't believe I wouldn't use anything else. Put it that way. These are fantastic. And then obviously all these Stream Decks are coming up into there and then going back. That's why it looks pretty clean, even though there's a few wires. So yeah. That's what that looks like. There's the monitor. Track I had at the top. So if I'm flying a helicopter, it works great. And if I'm flying a jet, oh yeah, this comes forward also. So there's a lever just here. You can see it. But if I lift that and pull, it's hard. Let me just put the camera down a second. Oh, I can't really do it with one hand, but that's right up. So now you can see it slides right up. So you tucked in there, nice and snug. So it's really nice, comfy. And then your feet, you start, and getting in and out's a bit awkward. If you've got to not hit the keyboard, so you've got to get your feet down there. So what I do is I slide it back, put one leg just like onto that spar, and then I just climb in that way. So that's the only negative I can see, is it's a bit awkward getting in and out. But overall, I'm really pleased. Yeah, and the monitor, these are hydraulic arms, so you can move it up and down. So if we wanted to, it just slides up, in and down like that. That's a bit tense, that's all. I don't know why that's. It should move. yeah, it's just a bit tense, that's all. And you slide it down to where you want. It's easy when you're on, and you can move it around. So works absolutely great. What more can I say? I'm really pleased I bought this. It's worth every penny. I would definitely recommend it. It was a lot of work to set it up the way I wanted to get it set up, but overall I am really pleased with it. There's some of my planes there. What more can I say? Really, if you're thinking about getting one, it's, yeah, I mean, for the money and the amount of effort what goes into making this thing, it's easily worth it, without a doubt. It just screams quality. Just show you from a different angle. The only thing is, you might have to do a bit more work if you wanted to copy the same type of situation that I've got. I think it looks really clean looking. There's not, the wires are all tucked along the bottom there, cable tied under there, and they all go along. And if you can just see down in the computer, that's the wires coming out just there. That's it. There's these ones. We're all from the top end, and the bottom end is all coming from there, so it looked pretty clean. And if you didn't have your PC there, the reason why I've got the PC there is because I'd need to have even longer cables. Now I did have to buy some extra long cables for the video DVI, and also this one here. I had to buy an extra long cable because it's got to go through the wall, down and back out. I'll put my internet on there, as you can see, and that's what it looks like from here. Overall, it's just a nice thing, and also the pad fits in perfect. The haptic feedback. You can see underneath I've got some lights on a night time. You can see my collective, what I've welded there. So I haven't even finished the weld off. I've just tacked it there, but really that doesn't need any more. I would actually lift the thing up. It's that solid. So yeah, what more can I say, guys? This is a nice setup. If you're looking for a sim pit and you're thinking about it, go on the website. The guys, I dropped them a couple of messages asking a few questions about things and stuff, and they were really quick to answer. And I would highly recommend it if you want a sim pit. But I do miss a desk as well. So if I want to do any content, I'm doing everything from here. That's why I put the USBs. I've got that's the only USBs I've got free. I've got 3 and a card reader. That's all I need really. And it just works really nice, and when you sat in there it feels really comfortable, and when you're in VR it just feels right. It adds to one thing I'm gonna change is I'm gonna move this over a little. There's a little bit of space there. I'm gonna move it over because my leg, when I've got full throttle, you can see that I keep touching this button with my leg. So I was actually thinking about making, do you know, like in a real aircraft where your legs go into tunnels. I was thinking about putting some plate up here, just some aluminium plate, so my leg can't touch them buttons. But if I just move that, I'll probably get away with it. So yeah, yeah, fantastic piece of kit. So if you don't mind putting things together, and that's what's left. There's some of them bolts left, and then loads of nuts. It's like a lot of them are for them little holes there, which are not really needed because they're not structural, it's just a cover. So I probably won't put them in. Right guys, so that's it really. It's a review of this chair. Fantastic build quality. It's nice and solid. You can actually, because it's all metal, you can do little bits and bobs and change things. But I am really, really pleased with the quality of it, and I can't say nothing negative about it, to be honest. So next level racing gaming chair, I would definitely have a look at it, and I was thinking about actually I don't know. I was thinking about the ones where you can actually get a 3 degrees of freedom movement, so you can actually move in 3 axes. But then again, I'd have to move all that in one lump, and I don't know whether that's something else to. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video here. If you've got any comments, leave below. Leave us a like if you could, and if you haven't, I'd appreciate if you could drop us a sub. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.